Hello everyone, it's Dave from JD Cycle Works. Today I have a 2024 Road Glide here. Has a 117. We installed the Rama 483 in it. You see how it goes. It has a stock throttle body, stock injectors, horsepower Inc. air filter, horsepower Inc. short 2-to-1. This one is running a Thunder Max for tuning. Cool bike. I'll show you how it did versus some other ones that we've done recently. Thunder Max, if you can see it in the darkness here. So this bike came in at 114 foot-pounds of torque and 100 horsepower. Now it's at 138 foot-pounds of torque, 131 horsepower. We can see this dip here, right here. That is due to that short pipe there. I did try to work that out of there, but it wasn't having it. So this is the 483, not the 484 most people are putting in here, which works pretty good. So I figured you might be interested in seeing what the difference is with the 484. So let me bring something like that up here. And also the 484s I have on here to show you, they have different exhaust systems, so that's going to be a good thing to see too. Both the bikes with the 484s were tuned with the Impact ECM. So you can see here they both had D&D exhausts. One had the Vortex baffle, one had the big bore baffle. So the Vortex is the yellow one here, and the green one is the big bore baffle and a D&D. You can see here the 483 performed pretty darn good. With this 2-to-1 horsepower Inc. pipe, I'm really amazed to see this here. But it came on really hard, way harder than the D&D down right at the beginning. But kind of sagged here. You know, sometimes I believe that's from just a buildup of exhaust. You know, maybe it's just too much scavenging there or whatever. It's a whole science that you can get involved with exhaust systems that you can drive yourself crazy with for the rest of your life. But you can see how the D&D just kind of flatlined with the 484 and a little more top end power. But the 483 shows some very good promise of having better low end torque and not that much different up top than the 484 on this Gen 2 117. You can see the power numbers here with the 483, 138, 131. The 484 cams with the D&Ds, 134, 133 in the horsepower. Torque 133, 134. But we had this spike in torque here. I believe it's from this dip here. Usually when you have a dip, it'll kick harder. Here in the torque range, it'll spike a little more. When you have a way too big of a muffler, you'll usually have a higher torque spike up in our RPM areas. Whereas if it's a better working baffle, it's going to be a little more linear. So I did pull the air filter off of this. So let me show you what that did, just to see what that difference is for you. Just give me a moment here. So I popped off the air filter to test that, because I'm curious. You can see it actually lost a little torque here, but it gained a little more top end power, up to 133 and 138. What's interesting about this stuff is you can see how small changes make big changes in how the dyno graph looks. Again, the D&D versus this pipe. This is the horsepower Inc. short 2-to-1. Baffles change the torque curves. Cams shape torque curves, but exhausts really shape torque curves. A lot of times I'll make cam changes and you'll see the torque curve is kind of pretty close to what the original one was before the cam change, but the whole thing gets bigger if it has an exhaust which has a way too big of a baffle or something. Just kind of follows it. So here we go for today. Some pretty cool stuff. Rama 483 cam versus some 484 cam tests in these Gen 2 117 bikes. A lot of power for simple modifications. Hope you enjoy the video. I'll try to keep coming at you. Have a great day.